All right, we're back. Yeah, thanks for the shout out, crowd. Okay, we've got our tortillas cooked, we've got the rice cooking, we've got the enchilada sauce done, and now we're gonna start assembling the enchiladas.
Okay, let me give you the rundown. Basically, what we need to do with the enchilada sauce is we're gonna kind of brush it on the enchiladas before we put them and roll them up. This little deal kind of goes like, you need a spoon. I like to put a little bit of enchilada sauce in the bottom of the pan. So we'll do that real quick, just to kind of get you a little base. It also kind of helps keep things from sticking a little bit. Anyways, if you want to handle that, Chrissy.
If I would handle that?
Yeah.
That you just did?
No, I mean like smear it around a little. All right, so she's gonna smear that around. I'm gonna keep looking pretty. So what I like to do, like a lot of people, like they'll call for dipping it in the enchilada sauce. Hun, your sombrero brim is getting in my shot. It's messing
All
up
right,
my
let's
cheek.
go. Pick it up.
Okay.
We got lots of enchiladas to make.
All right, so like take enchilada slosh. Usually it's a little,
Slosh?
not quite as.
And don't throw it
Why
in.
do you want to be hateful, honey?
Don't throw it in the
We're trying to educate the
grease
peeps
back there.
about making some enchiladas. So, okay, we brush the enchilada sauce on there. If you dip them, it's really like gets too
Take
soaking
turns.
wet and it kind of turns into mush. Put you some beef in there. Maybe you like onions in
what
your
if you
enchilada.
accidentally dip it?
Bam. Well, if you accidentally dip it, it's gonna
And it's really
be
hot.
mushy. So bam, roll it over like that, and just lay them like this. Crosswise, and you'll lay a few lengthwise this way.
All right,
So
no,
here
that
we
one's
go.
hot.
All right, that one's hot. Keep it going. Keep the cheese going on this deal. Man.
It's still hot.
Yeah. All right. This is just
Maybe.
like a building phase, you know. You're putting it together. This is like what they actually do, I think, in the kitchen, like at the Mexican restaurants or whatever. Because you know how they get out so fast. I think all this stuff's already done, and then bam, they do this, then throw it in the oven, melt the cheese a little bit, and it's money. She's kind of pushing me a little bit, you know. I don't know. Chrissy's
Oh, you're
more
going
of
slow.
a quantity versus quality sometimes.
Ow. We got a lot of people to feed. Okay,
Yeah.
when you're doing this at home, you should probably let the enchilada sauce cool before you start doing this because it's very hot.
Yeah, if you don't want to suffer any, you know, burns or any other disfiguring injuries, that might be handy. This roast still has a little bit of fat on it, or shredded beef, if you want to call it. But I'm of the school that a little bit of fat in your beef is good stuff.
Okay, so we've got all of our enchiladas rolled up. We're going to do one last cheese one here and get those ready to go.
Together. All right.
We're going to cover these with just a little bit of the leftover enchilada sauce and cover them in cheese. And we will put them in the oven.
We did these just like we did the regular ones. You just put a little cheese in them instead of beef. I
case
put
you're
some onions in a
vegetarian.
few of them. So like cheese and onions, kind of a popular enchilada or whatever. And I put a few onions in a couple of
Okay,
those.
we need sauce
Need a little sauce.
and then a
Little
whole
bit
lot of
sauce.
cheese.
All right, so
We get these covered up. We're going to put them in the oven at 350 for about 20-25 minutes, just until the cheese gets all the way melted. Everything's cooked, so we don't have to cook anything. We just need to get them heated back up and get all the cheese melted. Our rice and beans are done. We're going to make some just plain tortillas because my husband's a weirdo and likes to eat them with butter.
listen, here's the deal. I've already told you, you got to have a little starch with every meal. It's not
There's
any
already a
different
lot
to
of
have-
starch in there.
That's cornstarch.
We already
not
have a
flour
lot of
starch.
tortillas.
You need some wheat to go with your corn. Come on, get
All
real,
right.
hun. All right, so we got that laid out.
Now we're going to put a lot of cheese on them.
And I'm going to start cooking the flour tortillas. Flour tortillas are real simple. Just throw them in here and cook them. Shabam, flip them over. Put a little butter. Well, you can put a little butter on them on the table, just like you would a roll or something like that, or a biscuit.
Yeah, we're using lots of cheese because we like cheese and we bought an 8-pound bag of it.
That's something I found with Tulsa folks, son, is they don't like biscuits with supper, which we always did biscuits with supper, where everybody up there wants rolls with supper. Just a little observation.
All right, I'm sticking these in the
I know
oven.
that's a little not exactly
350.
sticking to the.
20-25 minutes. Get out of my way.
Sorry,
Hand me the other one.
cover that. I sure like the way you put those in the oven.
Shut up. All right, we're gonna make our tortillas for snacks. We're gonna let our enchiladas cook, let the cheese melt, and when we come back, we'll be ready to take it out of the oven and plate everything up and have a semi-traditional Mexican meal. All right, we're back. We've got our enchiladas out of the oven. We've got our rice done and our beans done, and we're gonna fix some plates.
Yep, so we got 2 different pans of enchiladas. We got some beef enchiladas and we have some cheese enchiladas. A few of them have onions in them. We put them together. I just threw a few in, so if anybody likes onions, skunk apples, as I like to call them, they're there for you.
All right, I'm just gonna have one.
All right, well, this kind of reminds me of a little story. Happened to me in Mexico one time. I can neither confirm or deny that all the facts are accurate. However, here's how it went down. We were in San Diego. Our mom and dad was working in this town just a little bit east of San Diego, well, a couple of hours east of San Diego, north of Mexicali, or Calexico is what I should actually say. Anyhow, so here's the deal. When you go across the border in Mexico, it's pretty clearly marked that firearms or any other weapons are prohibited. Which I took to mean any weapon, you know what I mean? Razor blade, pocket knife, penknife, pistol, shotgun, whatever. And you really don't realize you're in another country till you're actually in another country. So we're gonna take a little trip down to, what was the name of that place, hon? San Felipe. That's it. Okay, so we get down there and you know, in the US, you really don't have checkpoints like you do in Mexico. And whenever the checkpoints are like military checkpoints with people with assault rifles and whatnot, and that's whenever it dawns on you that you're in a different country. That being said, we're pulling up the checkpoint and yours truly's driving. And I look over at my mother-in-law and say, we don't have any weapons, right? And she's like, well, I did bring this pocket knife. And I just nearly died.
And there are people in camouflage.
That being said,
machine guns.
Yeah. To say it short,
scary.
Yeah, exactly. But to make a short story long, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. She like stuffed it up underneath the upholstery in the car. And we made it through. We ran the gauntlet down there in San Felipe. Went down there and enjoyed herself, saw a kid with measles walk out of the kitchen in the Mexican restaurant we ate. And Chrissy ate a fish with the eyes still on it.
And there were cats on our table.
There were live cats that I'm pretty sure had never been wormed. So let that be a lesson to you. Don't take a knife to Mexico if you don't want to be stressed out.
Do you remember the good thing?
Actually, I don't remember the good thing.
They had dollar Tecates.
Shaboom.
All right, we're done. We've got our plates fixed. I want to thank Miss Tammy Haley for allowing us to use her kitchen. I'm Chrissy.
I'm Jimmy.
And you've been watching Now You're Cooking.
Let's have a little sacrament for the Virgin of Guadalupe.
We gotta make cars look like it's a Coke can or something.
It's just a snow cone.